Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us here on legitmtg.com for our fourth match with Mardu Midrange. We just won match 3 against a land-screwed Sidisi whip deck, and we are on the draw this game. I like this hand a lot. We've got removal, we've got Rabblemaster. Hopefully we can put up enough pressure to actually be okay. So we will keep this and see if Temple of Silence gives us a good 2-drop. Though I wouldn't... Well, I mean, we could use a 2-drop. I mean, we could still cast Rabblemaster on 3, so... Chain to the Rock is not that 2-drop we're looking for, but we are looking for a mountain. So we can either put the mountain on the bottom and risk drawing it,
I think we keep it.
Or we keep it on top and don't have a dead Chain to the Rocks in hand. My buddy Andrew Nelms is with us today, and he says we keep it, and I feel the same way. Now, since we don't have a 2-drop to actually play, I think we can go with the Nomad Outpost on our turn 2, unless he makes something that I can actually kill with Lightning Strike. I don't know if I want to Lightning Strike a Wayfinder, but we can't Lightning Strike a Caryatid. So we'll go ahead and Outpost anyway, so... Dance around and point at the monitor. A Courser of Crewfix is the next play from Casper. He doesn't have a land drop, but this seems like the kind of card that I want to get off the board as soon as possible, because I don't want him to regularly play lands. So do we Doom it? I think we Doom it.
Doom it.
Doomed.
What was his top card?
It was a Wayfinder.
Huh.
So he'll probably get there land-wise. And he did. But there is now a Whipped Varabos and another Wayfinder in his graveyard. And what land? He puts the Delta into his hand. What does this carry to? Oh, a second Caryatid. I think we're going to go, instead of the Rabblemaster, with the Seeker of the Way. How does that sound?
It's really good. And Seeker does let us beat around the walls.
It does indeed. There's a Thoughtseize. So we'll let him take 2 to get rid of either Chain to the Rocks or Murderous Cut. I'm assuming it's going to be Murderous Cut because he's got Sultai Charm in the main. And at least has... Oh, no, it's Lightning Strike. I was wrong. There's Sidisi, so we can't just end of turn, or in response, deal with Sidisi. But he didn't put any creatures into the graveyard, so... We have to make Rabblemaster. I believe that's correct. We can't use Murderous Cut to deal with Sidisi.
Why not Chained?
Yeah, I think Chain's the way to go. I imagine Wayfinder is going to trade with the Goblin token. He's got a crap ton of lands in play, though, so... Or a crap ton of mana, rather, not lands. Oh, no trades. Knock him down to 10. Another Sidisi. What do you show us this time? Another 3 lands. So 5 lands off the top for Sidisi. He has gotten rather unfortunate. Alright, so with the Bloodstained Mire, we can deal with his 2 creatures. Go ahead and strike Sidisi. Do I really want to cut a Wayfinder, though? I don't think I do. I think I just want to make the Goblin token happen and just attack with everybody anyways.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, he's going to have to block Rabblemaster regardless, I believe. But cutting the Wayfinder, I mean, if we were dealing lethal without the Wayfinder, I think we would deal with it, but we're not. We are dealing 4, though, and getting rid of the Wayfinder anyways. So we go to 25. Oh, nope, nope, nope. He won't be taking anything because my Rabblemaster is about to get dealt with.
Cut.
Yep.
He's been cut.
Okay, so it's 10 to 25. He's got 6 lands available, or 6 mana available, rather. 2 cards in hand. My graveyard is considerably less exciting. Sawgu Mauler would be the worst right now. Whip is not the best, but we do have the cut. Like, his plan would be to whip back Sidisi first, I believe, and just in response to the Sidisi trigger, we cut it. Hey, Wingmate Rock. Put him on 8. Definitely want to make sure that we have enough black mana to actually cast Whip for our wonderful plan and bring out Play Rock. Did you know he's in the house tonight?
Yes.
Do you know everything's going to be alright?
What is it?
Hornet Queen would now be the card that I don't want to see. What blows this plan out? I guess if he thought sees us first, that's pretty much a good blowout. No. Tang Mario does not do anything. Alright, so there's the Sidisi, and I F6'd, but he missed again.
Oh god.
So let's F3 to make sure that, you know.
Why are we cutting it? Oh, when it's
Because it
X2.
has, yeah, I mean,
Duh.
That's a lot of misses with this Sidisi. We got super lucky this game. Here's a mountain. Battle, 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 yeah.
So you're taking 7?
Yeah. Is it 1? There's another Sidisi. No, there's not. Wiggle, 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 yeah. Alright, let's see what we would have drawn. Secret of the way. Alright, so let's go back to boarding. I believe the Utter End Hushwing Griff plan with a Read the Bones is the way we actually do want to go here. So, goodbye Hordling Outburst. Goodbye Magma Jets. We tried the board out everything for a control deck thing, and it seemed okay, but I don't think in this matchup Mardu wants to be the control deck. We're just outclassed by Whip and everything. We want to deal as much damage as we possibly can and try to make Whip a non-factor. Of course, him missing on Sidisi so much is not a thing that's likely to happen that often. We are on the draw. This hand is a one-lander. It is definitely going to get pitched back.
Nope.
We cannot keep the hand of 6 because if we get Thoughtseize, we're just outpost. So let's see what 5 looks like.
Honestly, better than 6 and 7.
It does look better than the 6 and the 7, yes. But it's technically a mulligan to 4 thanks to Change of the Rocks. Because we ain't got no mountain. Butcher the Horde on top, we're going to shift that to the bottom. Because it's neither a land or a spell that I can cast with 2 mana. There's a Battlefield Forge. That's still not a mountain. This deck really wants Sacred Foundry in it. Caryatid, no third land. Well, if we got our third land and we have an answer to the turn 3 or turn 4 Sidisi if he has it. But this looks like Caryatid. We do not have a good answer for Caryatid outside of Change of the Rocks. But we're also not going to draw a 4th land. So he still doesn't draw a land. These decks are pretty much flailing against each other right now. It's like that episode of The Simpsons where Bart and Lisa get into a fight. And Lisa's like, well, I'm going to kick the air, and if you walk into it, then you get kicked. And Bart's like, I'm going to swing my arms around, and whatever, The Simpsons are great. Hushwing Griff. We at least get a in-step creature. Oh, there's another forest. So the first to 4 mana sources wins the game, I guess? I don't know. What we got here? Sidisi. In response, we will Griff.
Oh, man. You can get those zombies.
He did not get any zombies. There's an outpost. We'll go ahead and attack for 2 in the sky. There's a Temple of Malady. So Casper's going to be fine on mana. He's got another 2 Caryatids in hand, I believe. There's Sultai Charm. Let's let him attack. See what he mills.
Whip, stroke, and charm.
Do we go ahead and strike the Sidisi? I think we strike it anyways. Just to get it off the board. A Whip of Erebos is on top of his library. So we know he's got Murderous Cut in hand. Thanks to Courser. There's another Caryatid. Oh, goodness gracious. We're going to have to double Lightning Strike, I believe. Because I don't think the Hush Ring grip is long for this world. He is not. It got cut. Gosh, I don't want to waste the lightning strikes on Courser when I could waste them on Sidisi. Like, I guess taking 2 is not that big of a deal. We got 2 lands and a Wayfinder, shows a Confluence on top. We really need a mountain. We need this deck to just cooperate.
Come through.
Give me a Bloodstained Mire. There's like 10 mountains in the deck thanks to Bloodstained Mire. A 3rd Caryatid. There's Elspeth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we can't cast Sorin. We cannot cast Sorin. Whip's more than likely going to come down. We've got to... Gosh. This game has turned out really bad. Thanks, Mulligans. At least the Sultai Charm's not going to be on top anymore.
Woo!
Thoughtseize, that's actually pretty unfortunate.
Nope.
Alright, so we need to draw Utter End after he Thoughtseizes us. God. I don't think we have a way to actually win this game. It's going to be rather tough getting back into this. Well, there's the Utter End. So we can Utter End the Whip at least. Oh, I should have done that during his upkeep. Here's to hoping you Thoughtseize first.
Didn't he mill Thoughtseize?
Oh, he did. Ah! This is the worst play I've made today, I believe. That was not very well thought out. So we're going to go to 5 off this attack, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, at least he's not going to go to 29. Unless he casts another Whip. If he casts another... Like, I'm pretty sure the right thing is to just right-click Concede anyways. Oh, come on!
What?
Cast another Whip. Okay, is there any changes you want to make post-board?
More lands.
Obviously. We have 25 lands in the deck. to answer your question in match 3. I was wrong. It's not 23. How about you run game 3 by yourself?
Sure.
I have a small emergency that needs to be taken care of real quick.
Sure.
So Andy will be taking care of game 3 of this match, and I will be back as soon as possible.
Alright, we've gone ahead and submitted our deck. I've made a couple changes to the sideboard based on how I feel the matchup interacts. We are going to go ahead and be on the play first. I am not the biggest fan of this hand, but we do have the lands to support it, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this hand. We will lead off with a Temple, see what we scry into. A Bloodstained Mire, we are going to go ahead and throw that to the bottom. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play our second Temple. We're looking at another land. We're going to go ahead and pitch that to the bottom as well. I'm glad our hand has a lot of removal in it, but we need a threat in order to be thriving here. We're going to go ahead and cast Bloodstained Mire, and we're going to pass turn. Casper shows us a Sagu Mauler. We're going to go ahead and we're going to sacrifice this. We're going to get a Swamp. And we are going to Crackling Doom him and get rid of his Courser. We know he's holding a Sagu Mauler for next turn. See what Satyr Wayfinder has to show us. He is showing us another Wayfinder, 2 Coursers, and a Whip. I'm going to go ahead and sacrifice our Bloodstained Mire to thin out our deck a little and see if we can find something else. Glad this is the game where we're going to hit 6 mana with no question. But not having any threats to play is kind of disappointing. And I think Casper has lost his connection. Nope, just a little lag. Looks like Casper is stuck on 3 lands, not having any luck with his 4th land. Sylvan Caryatid. think I'm going to go ahead and Murderous Cut here. And then I'm going to go ahead and Crackling Doom him to get rid of his Caryatid so we can keep him off of his mana since he's really hosed this game. I will go ahead and take that as a good sign. I will take Read the Bones off the top. Let's see what we look into. Lightning Strike and Sarkin, I'm going to go ahead and keep both of those cards on top. And I will draw those 2 cards and go to 15. Alright, another Caryatid from Casper. So we're going to give him access to the 4th mana source unless we draw something to answer it. Let's see what our draw has to offer. Temple of Triumph. We're going to go ahead and play that and look down a card and see what we can find. We're drawing a mountain. We're going to put that on the bottom. And we're just going to go ahead and get Sarkin on board. And we're just going to start doing some work with Sarkin. A Courser from Casper leads to a Llanowar Waste on top to gain him 1, and an Opulent Palace on top of his library. So he's going to get his land fix to try and get back into this game. Luckily, we are ready for him with a Chain to the Rocks, so we can deal with his Courser crew fix to get his Courser off board. And we are going to go ahead and cast a Rabblemaster. And we will go ahead and animate our Sarkin one more time to go ahead and attack him for 5 this turn.
Things are looking pretty good.
Casper has been mana host for a few turns, so he's finally picked up land 4 in the previous turn. He's drawing into land 5, but it's a come into play tap land. 2 or 3 turns ago, we drew into Read the Bones, and our Read the Bones was Sarkin and Lightning Strike.
It's a pretty good read. You say you couldn't put it down? Must read of the summer, the winter. It is not looking good for Casper, that is for sure.
I honestly don't see a way for him to come back from this. He's gone through all 4 of his coursers.
Oh no.
No, he's gone through
3.
No, 4. This is the 4th one. Cause
yeah.
The first courser he played got Crackling Doomed. The second courser, or the 2 and 3 coursers got milled by Wayfinder. His Wayfinder was a Wayfinder, 2 coursers, and a whip.
Whoops.
But other than that, there hasn't been a lot of action on Casper's side this game. The first 4 or 5 turns, all I had were land plays. I kept a 5 land, 2 spell opener. My 2 spells being Doom and Cut. And I didn't do anything the first 4 or 5 turns. I just played a couple scry lands and kept scrying into land, so they kept getting thrown to the bottom.
And drawing action after that.
And then I drew Read the Bones, and it's been a little action straight after that. I drew Strike and Sarkin, then I drew Chain to the Rocks. But other than that, there hasn't been a whole lot of anything. Let's see what he has to offer here. Sagu Mauler.
It's a pretty good dude, but don't you just burn 3 to his face at the end of turn?
Yeah.
And just wrap it up?
3 to the head, and then just animate Sarkin and finish him off.
Admiral stand-in.
Alright, that'll do it for match 4 of Mardu Midrange versus Sidisi Whip. I'm Andrew Nelms, here with Joshua Clater. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back for match 5.